Hey there, good afternoon, folks. So, today we are reviewing natural lighting. We are going to discuss what kinds of lighting we should be using and what kinds of lighting we should not be using. So, this is a big thing for me, and I started adjusting my lighting probably about 4.5 to 5 years ago, I would say, and it has made an absolute huge difference in my life. And this is something that we don't always think about, but I want to take a few minutes just to kind of discuss different types of lighting and ideally what we should be using. So I don't have the greatest lighting here, but I'm going to try and just briefly do a quick little description. So when it comes to your lighting, for the most part, I'm going to show you what we want to use and what we don't want to use. Okay. So ultimately, during the daytime, you want to use as little light as possible. Because you really want the most natural light coming into your home. If you are going to use light during the day, like actual light bulbs or lamps, whatever, you want to use incandescents. So an incandescent bulb is something that it's the most natural form of lighting that there is. So we have this, for example, it says natural light. And these, honestly, they don't last super long typically, and they don't produce just a ton of light, but they are the absolute healthiest form of light, other than obviously like candlelight, firelight, and Himalayan salt lamps. So we have this incandescent right here. This is probably my favorite type of bulb, very soft white light. Okay, and at nighttime, same thing. If you're going to be using light indoors, you want to use as little as possible at night, but you want to stick with incandescent. Or you want to do like Himalayan salt lamps. This is my favorite one right here. I just bought this one. And these you can get for pretty cheap. I mean, this one right here, I think it was only about $12 online, free shipping. This is a salt lamp. I don't have it lit up right now, but this is really cool because you can stick your salt chunks and your crystals in here. You can do essential oils, and I really love these. You can put anything in here, really. And so these are also really good for purifying the air. So Himalayan salt lamps are a great way of lighting, and honestly, I would say they are my favorite other than candlelight. Now, candles, you want to use soy wax, natural. You don't want to use paraffin candles or heavily fragranced, anything like that, because it's just not healthy. It's bad for your air. So as far as light is concerned, at nighttime, candlelight is really the best because that's what our ancestors used. Candlelight, firelight, kind of like yellow-orange light, etc. So you can do color therapy with your incandescents. I use a lot of color therapy in my lighting. So as you can see, this is just a clear incandescent bulb that I would use in like the bathroom. And I'll go ahead and show you this one as well. Is the same thing. This is like a globe. These are really good for like your bathroom lights. If you have like a row of lights of bulbs in your bathroom, like above your mirror, this is usually what these are for. These are 40 watt. Okay, so that's kind of just a clear incandescent, and it's big. It's a globe bulb. Okay, so for most of your basic lights, you would probably use this one right here. So this red bulb, this one's my favorite. I put it in lamps, and I also have a green one. I like to use the red and green are fairly easy to find. You can also find yellow. The yellow ones and the orange ones tend to repel bugs and kind of keep bugs away, so that kind of helps. But you can basically get any color in these. I've had pink, purple, blue, and these are awesome. So also at night and throughout the day, what's also really good to use are these little night lights right here. Put that there so you can see it better. So these are crystal night lights, and there are all different kinds you can get. You can order online or get from specialty stores. This is a Himalayan salt night light. So it's like a salt lamp, but it's very miniature. It cost me about $10. Free shipping, not bad at all. So again, it's going to help you purify the air and be a great natural source of light. Okay, so then we have this right here. This is amethyst, and it is real. It's beautiful. It creates a great environment, just the ambience of it, and I really, really love that one. So this is citrine, and this is another awesome nightlight. So these were only about $8 or $9 a piece, so just little things that you can do. I don't recommend LEDs. The thing about LEDs is they produce a lot of blue light, and they can kind of mess with your eyes. They can create headaches. People have even like epileptic people have been triggered by LED lights. I'm kind of a fan of Christmas lights, honestly, like those little tiny bulbs with a string, and you can decorate. I really like those. For me, I feel like they're therapeutic, but I also don't recommend LEDs, and in a lot of cases those are LED. So if you're gonna get some kind of decorative lights like that, I recommend trying to get the incandescents. So they might be a little more expensive, a little harder to find, but so worth it in the long run, because I do like decorative lights very much so. So what we don't want to use, okay, is these. I am telling you, have got to be the worst thing in my opinion. Okay, so for one thing, if you break one of these, they're full of mercury, and that is going to go all up in the air. It's going to go all over the place. Okay, so these I don't recommend, because even if they don't break, they're just, I mean, you can't even recycle these. These are like, they're just really a toxic form of light. Now, do they provide a lot of light? Yes, bright light, but they're just not healthy. The type of light that you get from this is very unnatural, and unnatural light it creates imbalance in the body. And there have actually been studies that have shown that fluorescent lights and lights like these, CFL, compact fluorescent bulb is what CFL stands for. Studies have actually shown that excessive exposure prolonged to these types of lights actually can promote aggression and other mental issues, as well as trigger epilepsy. Like it can trigger seizures actually in severe cases. So yeah, I mean, whenever I go into a room, I'm in public and I go somewhere like a hospital or a doctor's office, and I see these bulbs or big, huge fluorescent lights up on the ceiling, I mean, sometimes I get a headache, and it's just like this terribly unnatural bright light. It just hurts my eyes, and it's just really uncomfortable. So I know that a lot of people use these. This is a very, very common bulb, and people use these because they're, supposed to be energy efficient and whatnot. But I'm telling you right now, you are so much better off if you're going with your incandescents and trying to minimize your light during the day and at night. So I think that pretty well covers it. We've got just a quick review. Our night lights, we have citrine, amethyst, and Himalayan salt here. Different types of incandescent bulbs, your color therapy, different sizes of bulbs that you can use for your lamps or whatever kind of lighting you're using. This is my favorite, most common bulb right here. That's the best for your natural lighting indoors. Okay, then this is just a glow bulb. It's clear. And then this is what we don't want to use, which is a CFL. And then we have a candle, soy wax candle that's natural. So also I do want to point out there are some LED bulbs, and I think I have one of those somewhere here. Himalayan salt lamps are awesome. So if you have a fireplace, fireplaces are great as well for lighting at night. In the wintertime here in Texas, it's pretty warm, so obviously you're not going to use your fireplace if you don't want to, if it's not cold outside. So the LED bulbs, like I was trying to say before, I got sidetracked, I apologize. LED bulbs are not quite as bad, in my opinion, as CFL bulbs, but I still absolutely do not recommend LED bulbs, even though they are supposedly more energy efficient and provide brighter forms of light. Okay, so LEDs you can also find in a lot of decorative lighting products, so you want to be careful when it comes to your decorative lighting products that you're using. So what else? I think there was one more thing. Okay, the other thing I was going to mention, and this will be the last thing, is what we call halogen bulbs. Halogen bulbs are very bright light, and they're typically used as like a floodlight or like an outdoor light. So a halogen bulb I would put in the category of, in terms of the best lighting to the worst lighting, I would say incandescents are the best. Second best would be halogens, because they produce the least amount of toxicity. third, LEDs, and fourth, CFLs. Okay, so obviously our safest form of lighting, other than, you know, your natural Himalayan salt fire candle, okay, is going to be this right here, incandescent. Secondly, halogens, which I don't have a halogen here to display, or an LED. Halogen, LED, and then the last, most toxic form of light is going to be your fluorescent. So this essentially is just a small little fluorescent bulb. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much going to cover it. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm working on getting some of your requests looked into, so I can do some of the requested videos that people have asked me to look into, different topics, and I'll be looking forward to getting into all of it. Thank you so much for watching.